All right, hello everyone, and welcome to our Logix professional development session. Today we are doing an introduction to Michif Minecraft. So we have a few people here today, and we'll just do a quick round of introductions. So my name is Dan Noble. I'm a education and Minecraft education consultant and developer, and part of the extended team here at Logix Academy. So I was involved with the building aspects of this experience, and I'm located here in Dumfries, Scotland. Sarah?
So I'm Sarah. I'm part of the Logix Academy extended team. When I'm not working with Logix, I work for a large museum here in Toronto where I am working on all kinds of digital fun, including Minecraft. And Jory, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, thanks for that. So yeah, I'm Jory Proft. I'm a Métis education consultant with Rupert's Land Institute. I'll be sharing just briefly a little bit more about kind of our work and our involvement in this project. But yeah, we've been really happy to be involved. We are kind of the Métis education authority for Alberta. So yeah, happy to be welcomed in here with the team. Yeah, I'll pass it back to the folks with Logix.
Thanks, Jory. So Sarah, do you want to go ahead and do our land acknowledgement for today?
Yep. So even though we're meeting in a virtual space today, we are all meeting from physical places. So I would like to invite everyone to reflect on the lands where you are. I would like to acknowledge and pay respect to the fact that I'm presenting today from the ancestral lands of the Wendat, the Haudenosaunee, and the Anishinaabe, which includes the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation, on whose treaty lands I live and work. And as a descendant of settlers, I always want to try and make sure that I'm using the skills that I have, like Minecraft, to help boost and elevate Indigenous voices, which is why I am so excited to be here today. Jory, did you have anything you wanted to add?
Yeah, I guess what will say is again, we were able to work really closely with your team on this. And yeah, we're just really proud that this came to be. This is a really unique um, thing out here. It's very distinctly Métis, as you'll get to see through in how the Michif language, the one of the languages of the Métis, is represented heavily throughout this game, as well as the different community partners that were part of this in sharing the language aspects, but also the history, the culture, the symbolism, as well as the game itself. As you'll see, the location is based on a real world site that's very important to Métis here in Alberta. So, all that being said, yeah, we're just really happy to get to be here. And yeah, from the Rupert's Land side of things, we just want to thank all the people that helped get this to be because yeah, it's a lot of work to even just have a Métis specific project, but for it to be in like a such a unique contemporary medium such as Minecraft is just really cool. So yeah, we're really excited to be a part of this. A lot of time and thought and people went into this, both on the Logix side and in the Métis Nation here in Alberta. So yeah, thank you for that.
All right, thanks, Jory. So big shout out to Minecraft Education for helping to make all these sessions available to teachers and students. And we'd of course like to acknowledge and express our thanks to Rupert's Land Institute, the elders, all the knowledge holders, the team at Logix, and everyone who contributed to making this amazing, authentic experience possible. So today's plan, we're going to go through an icebreaker and just to ask you how familiar you are with Minecraft. Then we're going to talk about where you can get this amazing experience from. We'll talk about what it is, what we're going to learn. You're going to meet some of the cast and the unique elements that are in this world. And then we're going to go through a quick play of it. And we'll have a wee bit of question time at the end. And there's also a survey. So how to get Michif Minecraft. So you're going to go to the Michif Minecraft website. So it's michifminecraft.ca. And then there's a download now button at the top. And that will take you to the Minecraft Education library where you can download the world. And we will go through those steps with you when it's time to play, so that you can see that in action. Once you've got it downloaded, you'll be able to click import and load it in from your downloads. So depending on what device you're on and what devices your students are on, that may look a little different from what we're showing because I'm on a Windows device. So first off, how familiar are you all with Minecraft? Feel free to drop it in the chat if you can, or just come on your microphone and let us know where you are. So I've been playing since Minecraft came out. At one point, I did consider myself a five, an expert, but as I've dived more into the development part and as I've played more with students over the years, I've learned that really, I don't think you ever become an expert. There's always just something new to learn, which is the really cool thing about Minecraft. And it's just nice to be just on a constant learning journey. So I've put myself down to like a 4.5 permanently. What about you, Sarah?
I think pretty much the same. And that's, I think, one of the coolest things about Minecraft is there's a very low bar to entry. It's really easy to get going and get playing, but the more you dig, the more there is to discover. And there's really kind of something for everyone. So if you're really big on building, there's a place in Minecraft for you. If you're really big on engineering and logic circuits, there's a place in Minecraft for you. So it's a really cool tool in that respect. Dory, what about you?
Yeah, I can't say I had a ton of experience with Minecraft before. When I was in my education degree, we got to actually play around with doing some design work within Minecraft education. So I would say I know more about Minecraft education than Minecraft, uh, the broader game. But yeah, certainly uh, learning more about the game from you folks has been a lot of the experience I've had. Um, so yeah, I think it goes to show how easy it is to get in and play because I was able to take the instructions you folks had given us, and also the game is so intuitively built that you can just go in and play without really having played at all. So yeah, like a two, I guess, would be where I'm at.
That's good. All right. So what is Michif Minecraft? So it is an immersive Minecraft experience in and around Métis Crossing, and it features three engaging activities. So we've got a beaver hunt, including some fur trading going on there for a fiddle. We've got a bison hunt, and we have a creative zone where students can apply what they've learned through creative building. We've got many NPCs. If you're not familiar with the term, it means non-player characters. So these are characters that we can interact with in the game that impart Métis traditional knowledge, culture, language, and instructions on what you should be doing and where you should be doing it. It is built in collaboration with the teaching and learning team at Rupert's Land Institute, so it connects students with authentic Métis voices, cultural language, history, and the traditions on a platform they love to use and are broadly very familiar with already. We have detailed, accurate representations of real life structures that students can explore. So we've got a fur trading fort, Cromarty Barn, Métis Crossing, and a bunch of other stuff that I'm going to show you today as well. So what will we learn on this journey? So there's many opportunities to learn about the traditional Métis way of life, clothing, culture, and language. We encounter important Métis historical figures. We go bison hunting and its importance to Métis life and the impact declining bison herds. There's beaver hunting and fur trading and the importance of music and dance in Métis culture. And the different modes of transport during the fur trading era, including the York boat and the Red River cart, which we will encounter as well. So, Joy, just to pause for a second, is there anything that you would like to add at this point?
No, I think you're right
Okay.
on top of things here. Of
Okay.
yeah, there's just a lot of different cultural pieces, a lot of attention to detail. Yeah, having gone a more in-depth walkthrough from Dan in the past, like there's a lot of really cool. It's cool to see how you're able to take real world items, real life locations, some of them, just being historic photos and bring it into like a 3D form again with like a lot of attention to details. So yeah, I really want to stress how much went into this, and it is yeah cool to bring something that you maybe have only seen in a book before
Hmm.
into something you can interact with and walk around and see the scale. And maybe if you weren't able to go to Fort Edmonton or Métis Crossing yourself, I've been to both, and both of these like are very very good representations of those real world places.
Oh, thank
So
you.
yeah, no, it's a really a good way to take a virtual field trip of
Hmm.
these places.
Oh, and it was a lot of fun to build as well. So we have the Michif Minecraft map. So we start off at the spawn point at Métis Crossing, and these are all the areas that you are likely to go to during this experience. And there is a map inside the Métis Crossing building, so if you get lost, there's a compass that lead you back to Métis Crossing, and you can look at the map and see what paths you need to follow to get to which locations. So we're just going to briefly meet some of the cast and the unique elements here. So we've got Louis Riel and Gabriel Demont. And we've got a happy wee beaver here and a bison and the tent. The tent was a lot of fun to make. And we've got our Red River cart, which is entirely made of wood, which is really cool. Apparently, you could hear these things creaking and clanking and cracking from miles away as they came along. We've got a York boat as well, which was one of my favorite assets so far to date building. And we've also got all sorts of other unique elements here, like we've got beadwork, we've got a drying rack, we've got a beer trap, we've got a capote and some snowshoes to keep you warm in the winter environment. We've got a Métis sash and a lobstick, which is a navigational aid, which you will see in game as you go up and down river, and it's actually on my screen behind me here as well. And we had, this is actually, I think, the most NPCs I've had to develop for any experience at this point. Many of these are based on actual historical figures, and the rest of them are based on people that are elders or knowledge holders in the Métis community. So it was a lot of a lot of work trying to Minecraft people into something that resembled themselves. So yeah, we do have quite a lot of them. So let's play and we'll jump over. First stop is we're going to go to michifminecraft.ca and I'm going to click on download now.
Before you click on it, Dan, I just want to point out there is a link to the Educator guide that was
Hmm.
developed by Rupert's Land,
Hmm.
and it is on that page. It's not on this one. So, folks, you're going to want to grab that because it has a lot of
Yes,
really useful resources, including a pronunciation guide to a lot of the Michif vocabulary.
good point. Thank you very much, Sarah.
You're welcome.
So once you get to the minecrafteducation.net page, we are right at where we need to be for Michif Minecraft. But you do have to scroll down just a little bit to download the world. So that's what I'm going to do next. There's also other important slide decks and resources in here as well. So I'm going to click download world and it should be throwing it in my downloads folder. And I'm waiting for a window to open up. Let's see.
I'm just
And there
going to
it is.
throw the link to Michif Minecraft into the chat again.
Okay. So I've got a Windows Explorer window open currently, which you may or may not be able to see. But if you click on downloads, it'll be in your downloads folder. And let me see if I can grab this here. Okay, there we go. There we go. So we're just going to grab that one at the top and double click on it. And it should open up in Minecraft for me. So we'll just switch over to Minecraft now. As you can see, it's loading it up for me. It is a little bit bigger than some worlds that you might encounter in the library. It's about 40 megabytes in size, which doesn't seem much in modern terms. But I will say that if you have a classroom full of students, 20 or 30 students, and you're all downloading over not the greatest Wi-Fi, it may take a while to download. So you do need to be patient with it on lower powered Chromebooks and such. And you might want to actually even have your students download it and import it into the game in advance of playing it. All right, so here we are inside of Michif Minecraft. We're appearing at a campsite with Louis Riel, and we've got the safeties on, so you can jump in the fire and you will not catch fire. I'm going to go talk to Louis Riel here. Now, we're not going to read everything that all of these characters say in this particular setting. When we do a classroom workshop, we will read everything verbatim. But in a PD, we typically just sort of paraphrase and try to skip over things so that we can move through the whole experience. Because typically the beaver hunting and the fiddle is almost an hour. All right, so Louis Riel is welcoming us to Michif Minecraft and letting us know that we have those three activities to explore. We will point to this little button here. This is called Immersive Reader, which is a great tool. It reads things for you, and you can press play and it will read it out for you. There is also a translation tool in here as well, so I can choose any language I want. I could choose French or whatnot, and it will translate this whole thing into that language for me. Now, I'm not sure how well it will do. We'll find out. I'm going to click document here.
It will
So,
probably not pronounce the
yeah,
Michif correctly.
yes, not at all. Um, but at least it hasn't done anything with it. It's left the Michif as it is. So, when you want to get out of that, you can just click the back arrow there, and we're going to click next. So this is a large area of land, so you are getting a compass, which points always back to the spawn point. So if you do get lost, you can at least find your way back there. So when we're ready to begin, we can click start. There's nothing else to explore in this little area. It's just a little welcoming zone. So I'm going to click start. So here we are at Métis Crossing, and here's Louis Riel again. And we've got a compass in our hand here, and you can see as I move about, it keeps pointing back at Louis Riel here, which is the spawn point. So a spawn point, for those that are not familiar with the term, is where you appear in the world. So we'll just chat with Louis Riel again and get some of our first instructions. Um, so he is a historical Métis leader and defender of Métis rights and culture. And he's inviting you to go into Métis Crossing and talk to Lena to learn more about the story that lies ahead. So we're walking by some Métis Infinity flags here. So this room is filled with NPCs, so you may have to click on each one of them to see who is who. But this is Lena right here. I've tried to put them in order that you would talk. So this is Lena, and she is proud of the indigenous people with their own culture, language, and history. It goes into an explanation here of what a Métis person is. Um, and let's just keep, Jory, by the way, yeah, just pop in and say any, interrupt if there's anything that you want to add to this as we go through.
Oh
So Métis
yeah,
person, yeah, go
if
ahead.
we had 10 hours, like yeah, there would be there's just so many details and like all the wording and everything. So yeah, you're doing a great job. You can only
Okay.
like there's only so much time to
Yeah.
there's yeah, like you said, if you did a full playthrough, it would be maybe, a couple hours. So yeah,
Yeah.
no, this is great.
All right. So with most of these NPCs, there is a video to learn more. We won't be watching any of them today, but I do encourage everyone to click on these and watch the videos because they're pretty interesting. And they do give you a lot more context than what is necessarily in the script as well. So next we need to find Rosa by the fireplace to learn about the unique language we speak as Métis people. So you got a little pop-up that says find Rosa. So she's by the fireplace. So this is Rosa over here. So she's telling us that in this game, there are many Michif words Michif is the language of Métis people that have Cree and French roots. So learning Michif helps keep Métis culture alive and connects us to who we are. So she's got a fun challenge for you. So she's going to give you a book and quill and a camera. So we can take pictures of things along the way, and we can write down the Michif words that we see and record what they are and what their meaning is in English. So we're going to click on items to get our camera portfolio in Book and Quill, and we'll demonstrate how those are used. So one important thing of note is all the Michif words are bolded, so they're a little bit easier to see. So once we're done, we'll go and talk to Teresa. So I'm going to click items. And as you can see in my hotbar here, we have our portfolio, camera, and our Book and Quill. So we'll just take a wee picture, camera, and I can just use my crosshairs here to line up what I want to take a picture of. Take a picture of Rosa. And I'm going to open up my Book and Quill, right click on that. And if I click this little marker at the bottom here, and then I click this little screen here, it'll show me the pictures that I've taken so I can add them to my Book and Quill. So it'll provide some context to whatever I write in here. So on this first page, I'm going to add one of the words. I'm not going to add all of the ones that we see today, but I would encourage your students to do this. But I'll put in, and correct me on the pronunciation if I'm wrong, Tawa,
Tawau,
Tawau, and that is a greeting.
come in. No, that
There
was
we
not
go.
come in. That was welcome. Come in
Yeah,
is
it's
Oh,
basically
is
just
the
saying
way.
welcome. Yeah.
The way is come in.
welcome.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. So I rely on you guys to correct me as we go
Mhm.
through.
I think we should also put in tanese, which is hello.
Okay.
It's an important one. And teachers, this is my favorite tool in Minecraft education. It's not really available in regular Minecraft, but we often get questions of, well, how do I know if my students are on track and doing what they're supposed to do? If you see the export button on the bottom, that will take whatever your students have written and put it in a PDF they can submit to you so you can do checks as they're going through the game to make sure that they are on task and they are recording all of the teachings that they're supposed to.
All right. And here we have Marie. I think she was up next. So she's going to talk about that this is a very special place, that we're all standing in Métis Crossing, which is a home for all Métis and visitors in Alberta, Canada. Um, and let's just move along a little bit. So she does have a video about Métis Crossing as well. It's a very pretty cool place. It's got a very lovely hotel. We'll do a quick flyby of it. Maybe I might jump into creative mode because we did try to model it as closely to the real deal as possible. Now she's going to ask us to go and talk to Alice. So again, I do apologize. We are whipping through stuff here, but we've only got about half an hour left and a lot of stuff to show you. So great work starting your Michif journal. So there are 3 missions in the game, which we have talked about. So we do have our fur trade, where we will have to go and meet with Ben Sinclair, and we have to obtain a fiddle for him. To do that, we're going to go do some beaver hunting, get some pelts. We're going to get a lot of information along the way on that experience, and then we'll go to the fur trade station to trade for a fiddle and then bring it back to him. So hopefully we'll have enough time at least to do that today. And then there's a bison hunt. And then we will, at the end of that, we will contribute what we have hunted and gathered to the rest of our community and share it with them. And the very last one is a future build. So you're going to venture east of Métis Crossing into a special meeting place with Sarah, and she's going to give us some build challenges and some ideas as well. So now we're going to talk to Métis Elder Marie. Oh, I think we already talked to her, did we not?
Yeah, we
Yes,
did.
okay. We'll
And
just,
one of the things that Teresa pointed out, so the third one, the build challenge, is easy because you just go to Sarah and you get zapped straight there. But to find where you're going in the other ones, you're using the Aquatasonak or the infinity flags. And so the blue ones are the beaver hunt and the red ones are the bison hunt.
I believe so.
Yay. I got it. So there
So
are
this is the,
waypoints to help.
yeah. So this is the map here, as you can see. So you can come and look at this at any time. So we are currently on the Métis homeland in this game. And I didn't know this, but it actually is includes parts of Ontario, BC, and the Northwest Territories, as well as northern parts of the United States. So we work hard to make sure that our Métis stories are included in your school so that everyone else can celebrate Métis history together. Um, so let's see here. This video here talks a little bit more about the infinity flags. So again, I encourage you to watch the videos when you have time. This last one in here, Caitlin. So she talks a little bit more about the leaders in our Métis government, working hard to make sure that all Métis feel safe in their homeland, and that it hasn't always been the case. And that she talks about the unfortunate process called colonization, and that they're proud to have this special place here. And that we come together with the infinity flags. So the infinity flags, where did they come from, Joy? Do you have information on that? Because they're all around here and we use them as navigational aids, but I'm interested to know their origin.
Uh, I would say when they're first like commonly used, or like the first use by a Métis uh, person or Métis group was by Cuthbert Grant in about 1812 or 1814. So it's been, that's a
Oh wow.
long-standing
Okay.
national
Aye.
flag. It's definitely like differences in how people interpret like why the infinity symbol is used, and then also when to use the blue or the red color wise. So yeah, that could be a whole discussion in itself. But yeah, thanks for asking about that. But yeah, basically since 1812 or 1814,
Oh, okay.
Cuthbert Grant, when just in a historic conflict, Cuthbert Grant is recognized as important person, important leader for the Métis Nation. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
that's kind
Cool.
of where its origins come from. And then yeah, here we are today. The Métis infinity flag is a really important symbol still to this day. But yeah, no, thanks for asking
Okay,
about
cool.
that.
Because some of the times when you're developing things, you don't necessarily get all of the stories behind everything that you're building. So it's always nice to
Mhm.
touch base with somebody that actually knows about it to actually, give you that extra context.
For sure.
Um, so next we're going to go on and we're going to meet with Isidore, who's going to give us some tobacco, which is important to use for protocol on our journey. So we can find him by the garden. So this is Sarah out here, out on this decking, and she will take you to the creative zone. But we're not going to talk to her right now. We're going to move ahead and talk to Isidore. And there's also signs that are up posted around the area that give you some direction as well. Yeah, there's lots of signposts up, so this is what they look like. And here's Isidore. So in Métis culture, uh, I'll let you pronounce that, Sarah.
Ultaba.
El taba is a sacred medicine used to give back to the land when taken from it. So it shows respect for plants and animals. And it's offered during activities such as hunting, gathering, or building, or when seeking wisdom from elders. Not all Métis elders use or accept it, and this is also respected. So in this game, elders and knowledge holders will use tobacco to honor the land during missions like the bison hunt or trapping beavers, and that's what we'll be doing as well. So you can he's going to give us some tobacco now, and we can take it with us. And if we run out, which we won't because there's like, he gives us 64, so that's plenty. But if we did run out, we can always come back and see him, and he can give us some more. All right, so we've got some of our tobacco now, and we're going to go find Isidore. So I know where he is, so I'm going to follow the path there right now. And he's at this cabin here across the way. So we're just going to run right over to that. I think what I would probably recommend is if you're doing this with students is probably do the activity over a couple of days. Give people time to really walk around and appreciate the surroundings and the culture and the history and watch the videos and that sort of stuff. So here we are at Sinclair House, and we're going to go in, and here's Ben Sinclair. So we're going to have a wee chat with him here. So he is getting ready for a big meaty kitchen party tonight. So fiddle tunes are a big part of our unique Métis identity. And I'll let you have a crack at that word, Sarah, there, the Métis word for fiddle.
That one would be violon.
Mm, excellent. So you can check out some fiddle music by clicking the fiddle music button at the end of this dialogue. So he's very sad because his fiddle is broken and he needs a new one to keep on playing his jigs and waltzes and other tunes for the community. So we're going to help him get a new one at the trading post by trading it for some beaver pelts. But first, we're going to go and talk to Kokum Ann. Did I pronounce that correctly? All right,
Kocham.
good. Kokum. Okay. I bet she will teach you about how to trap beavers in a good way. So this is an important part of this experience. So we can find her up the path, and we're going to find the signs. And then once we've got the fiddle, we're going to come back and bring it back to Ben Sinclair here. Oops, I walked on his bed. I always close the doors when I leave.
While we are heading down the path, I want to say thank you to Sandra Davenport for helping us with pronunciation. I do not speak Michif, and I am doing my best to learn the pronunciation of these words, but I find it a really fun challenge to do.
Yeah, Sarah, you're doing a really good job. And yeah, thank you for bringing up. Yeah, Sandra works very closely with our team. And yeah, there's very few people who can speak Michif fluently, and it's a whole other skill ability to be able to yeah share the translations and bring it into an educational sense. So yeah, thank you for acknowledging that.
So here we have Colkin Anne, and she's going to share a little bit about the relationship with the beaver relatives. So they give their lives, and we do have to honor and respect that. So we never trap more. This is a recurring theme in this particular experience. We don't take more than we need. Um, Terrible things will happen to the beaver and the land if we forget about this teaching. And that is actually something that we're very aware of now here in Great Britain, because beavers used to inhabit Great Britain and they were all hunted into extinction here about the 1500s. And as a result, a lot of the wetlands and things like that, we kind of lost a lot of those things and the biodiversity that comes along with it and that sort of self-sustaining cycle. So at this point, we're actually reintroducing beaver back into Great Britain to get back to where we need to be. So that's kind of a cool little fact. So we're going to find Marcel and Charlotte by the river and follow the path back the way we came, and they will help us travel to the area where the beavers are. So we're going to go and trap 5 beavers. And we need to be dressed properly because it is winter across the river. So we're going to take, she's going to give us a capote, snowshoes, and reminds us to actually wear them when we go over. So I'm going to give her some tobacco. All
And
right.
that's one of
And
my
as
favorite words to pronounce too. It's kapu.
Tapu. Okay.
Hmm.
Thank you. So I can put these on by clicking E for my inventory, and I can just equip myself with them. I'm a little overdressed for this area, but that's okay. I like the way it looks.
It's so cool.
And we can go in and here explore as well a little bit. There's not much in here. It's just a nice little warm cabin. Close the door again. And there is another character, although they don't actually specifically say so. There is another character up the walk here. So we're just going to quickly come and chat with them. So
And we
this
are
is,
whizzing through, but as you do this with
yes.
your students, you're going to have them use their book and quill to document what they learn from each
Hmm.
of the knowledge holders.
Yes. Normally we would capture a lot more information and we'll take a lot more pictures as we go through. Um, so Auntie Louise talks about the river lot system. and you can learn more at the tab there. So it's kind of like a little Easter egg here. Eh, All right, running back along the path. When you've built most of the world and spent a lot of time going back and forth and placing things and items, you know where everything is, even when you haven't played it for a long while.
When you're new to it, you are really grateful for the paths.
Yeah, I'm going to switch to game mode C. So if you type in this command, game mode C, you can fly. I'm just doing this because you can move a lot faster.
Yeah,
So I'm
you
just
wouldn't have your students
running.
do this.
No, I'm running down the path here, following the signs to get to the beaver hunting area. So we're going to go and talk to Marcel first. So he welcomes you and he's going to help you about the beaver trapping area. So we're going to need a York boat. And it's a large, shallow water boat that was used to transport goods and furs along the river systems. And it can carry up to 6 tons. And it was invented by William Sinclair, a Métis man who was chief tradesman in York Factory, Hudson Bay Company. And it can be rowed or sailed. Now, in this case, it's like any other Minecraft boat, you right click on it and you can row it upriver.
It's a lot faster.
Yes. So we're going to go and talk to Charlotte next. But again, there's a learn more if you want to learn more about the York boat.
Mhm. It's also a fun one to say. It's ul batu.
El Batu. El Batu.
Ul
Yeah.
batu.
So let's talk to Charlotte first. So she is actually going to talk a lot about the specifics of harvesting and how we're going to do it. Uh, so let's see here. So she is reminding us about not taking more than what we need. And she's raising an important note that it's best to actually harvest beaver during the winter when their furs are at their thickest. So there's some detailed instructions here. So the Euro-Canadian fur trader at the fort up the river has the fiddle to trade. To obtain beaver furs, we will need to trap some beaver. So she's going to give us 5 beaver traps. And we're going to cross the river in a York boat and place the traps. So we're looking for an area that have signs of beaver activity. So we're going to be looking for chewed trees, fallen trees, stumps, and beaver trails. So beavers, and I didn't know this before I did this project, beavers typically follow the same paths, which is pretty cool. So it's easy to find those paths and then sort of track. So place your traps in the area within the marked infinity flags. So once we've placed our traps, you have to come back here and talk with the expert trapper friend. This point is very, very critical. You have to go across, plant the traps, come back, talk to Ronnie, and then go back across the river again. So next, we'll return to the island, and then we'll go see if our traps have caught anything, and then we can grab our beaver pelts from them. So winter has set in across the river, so make sure that you're wearing your kaput and snowshoes. All right, so I am ready. Okay. So as you can see here in my hotbar, I have a beaver trap. So I can't plant it here. I need to do it across the river. I'm just going to chat with Ronnie very quickly here, and I'm going to have to come back and talk to him again. So he talks about the beavers here and the amisk.
A misc is one,
Amisk.
a
Okay,
misquak is multiple.
okay, there we go. So trapping beavers takes skill and honoring the spirit of the beaver, which again, a reminder that we're going to distribute some tobacco while we're over there and trap only what we need. So no, I'm not done yet. So we're going to jump in one of the boats here. I'm probably going to fall in the river at some point. That's okay.
And you are still in creative mode, so you're not going to run out of traps when you put them down.
Ah, that's correct. Good idea. Let's switch back. Game mode. So this is a lob stick, which helps us navigate along the river. When you see one of these along the river, you know it's a place where there's something important. I'm going to talk to Charles. So he does talk about the Métis lob stick. and they use tamarack or pine trees to make them, and they act as important markers for traveling routes. So lobsticks have carved symbols to tell stories, names, or dates. And it was a lot of fun making this. I looked at a lot of lobsticks.
It's really cool.
So here we have sort of I think this is our beaver path along here. We've got some fallen logs. It looks like beavers have been chewing at the bottoms of the trees here. So I'm going to traps out and I'm going to place some along here. And as you place them, it will let you know that you've placed them. All right, we've set our 5 traps. So we're going to go back and talk to Ronnie again. And the reason for this is we have to give time for the beavers to actually get trapped. Otherwise, they're just not going to magically turn up while I'm walking around there. All right. Oh, I didn't fall out the boat that time. That's good.
Hey.
So we're talking to Ronnie again, and we just need this dialogue. So the traps are set. So we're going to head back and remember to offer our tobacco when we get over there. Uh, I'm all wet now. I'm gonna get my tobacco ready. All right, and I have caught some beavers here. Offering some tobacco. So I just need to right click on, or sorry, left click on them to get my beaver pelts. All right, so that's all of them. I've got all my 5 traps back as well. Actually, I'm just going to switch over to game mode C again. So you can see the beaver dam here and their wee little house. And there's actually, where is it? I see it. Oh yes, there's a cabin back here. It's an Easter egg. It's an old abandoned cabin. If you go in here and you check the barrel, there are 2 more compasses in here, and they point to both the bison camp and the fur trading fort. And there's also some pemmican, which I can eat if I get hungry. All right, so we're just gonna sit back and get back on our boat. All right, and I'm gonna switch back to adventure mode. All right, so I'm gonna take the York boat up the river to the trading fort. See, we've only got about 13 minutes left. So we have 9 high quality pelts and low quality pelts. And you can just start to see the fort coming up over the hill there.
Here it is.
But I'm on the lookout for a lobstick here, which is going to tell me where it's best to leave my boat.
Now, if they want to, the students can also take the path there, can they?
That's right.
So you've got multiple ways to get there.
Yeah. There's a path and a cart you can take.
Yeah.
My favorite's the boat. All right, here we go. All right. Lots of boats here, so lots of trading going on. Got another infinity flag, and we've got a nice signpost letting us know where to go. And we've got another cart here. Oh, there's a trader going by right now. So I'm going to chat with Herb. So forts like this are a very important place for Métis people. We trade furs and supply food for the people living and working in the fort. So we sell our beadwork and buy goods and tools and clothes and food items. So many of their relatives live along the river lots nearby, and they visit the fort often. So we can go into the trading post to visit with Timothy to trade our pelts. There's also a small encampment just along the wall outside here, and we'll go and quickly check in with them. Oh, I walked through a cart almost. So this is the trading post here. We can go in through the back door or we can go in through the front door. If we had more time, we'd go and explore more of the fort, but we don't really have a lot of time. This is a fur press. So here we are inside here, and we have all sorts of characters that we can talk to here that will provide us with a little bit more information about things. Um, so he's talking a little bit more about the bison and the Red River cart. So there's all sorts of, again, I'm just sort of very quickly running through here so we have enough time to go and get back, give our fiddle over. So they talk about all of their work that they do around here and the beaver pelts. So he gives us a little bit more information. Uncle Donnie gives us more information on exactly what the low quality and the high quality pelts are and what they're worth, which is interesting to know. So this way, when you go and trade, you know what you're actually trading, the value of them. So we can look for supplies, we can get wares, or we want the fiddle. Now you can go and explore supplies and wares and sell off your pelts for other things, but then you won't necessarily have enough for the fiddle. And the fiddle really is the main thing that we want to do here. So I'm going to click on fiddle. So it's a fine fiddle, and we can trade it for 3 good quality beaver pelts or 5 low quality pelts. A fair trade. I think that's a pretty fair trade. So we're going to say let's trade. And we can choose whether we want to trade our low quality pelts or our good pelts. So I'm going to go with the good pelts. So now I have the fiddle. And there's all sorts of other characters that we can, again, go and talk to around here that are going to provide us with more information about the culture and the goings on at around the fort. But as we only have 9 minutes left and we still have some other slides to go over, I'm just going to whip around here very quickly now. So the fort is extensive. There's a lot of stuff going on. Got some characters here. This chap here talks a little bit more about the York boat and how they're actually derived from the Orkney fishing boats, which, and Orkney, of course, the Orkney Islands are off the coast of Scotland here. So a little nice little interesting connection uh, between the two cultures. So we have some more characters in here that are going to talk a little bit more about the history that's going on in this time period. Normally what we would do here is I would grab a cart. One of the characters will actually offer you the loan of a cart to take it back up the road, but we're just going to walk up the road, or I should say fly up the road really quickly so that we have time to explore some of the other things here. And we might meet our trader going back and forth up and along the road. Oh, here he comes. And along the path and back to Sinclair House. All right, so let's go and trade. Oh, hand over a fiddle. Did you? Yes, I did. There we go. Now they can play more fiddle music later. So next we're going to go to the bison hunt. So I'm going to just switch back again, creative mode, to show you where that is. And again, there's lots of characters along the way here, so I definitely recommend stopping to chat with all of them because they will give you critical information as you go along. Whenever you see a new NPC, it's always a good idea to go and talk to them. As you can see here, these are the red and infinity flags, which are indicating that this is the bison hunt area. So this is a Gabriel Dumont. So he's the captain of the hunt. And he's going to invite you to join the hunt. So he just says, don't start the hunt until you're given the signal. So he will give you the signal. So once you've collected all of the bison's meat, bones, and hide, you can bring it back to the Kokum here in the tent to share with the rest of the community. And he talks about how the Métis community has had their own governing structure for generations. So you can learn more about it here. And many of these characters go into, I think particularly this one over here talks more about some of the importance about the hunt and the gifts that the bison give. So again, we're going to give tobacco here to the bison as we go on our hunt, and we don't want to waste or take more than we need. And she talks a little bit about more about pemmican, which can be preserved for months and months and months, so that they have enough food through the long winters. All right, so that one's already been captured or been hunted. So we're gonna go out here and capture some or hunt some more. We don't want to get too close. I'm gonna go back to my game mode here. So it generally takes 2 hits. Now there is a drop my or ooh, there we go. I'm using the Q button to drop the tobacco here as an offering. I'm gonna grab all the bison stuff. So there is a white bison here. This is an important a variety of bison. We don't hunt those ones. I believe that's correct, Jory. Like these are very special bison.
Yeah, the white bison are particularly rare. And I know for sure, at least at Métis Crossing, there is for sure one white bison there in person, maybe even more.
Oh
And
wow.
yeah, it's really really majestic animal. So that might have been why. Yeah, I'm not sure the specifics, like if there's like a deeper or historic connection, but there certainly might be, yeah, a more exact
Hmm.
reason as to why we're not hunting the white bison.
Hmm.
And the word for that one is Wapiskisu Pascual Mushtosh.
Oh, very good. So this is the Kokum here. So we're gonna chat with her, and she's going to we're gonna share back those items that we've gathered. Uh, contribute. So there we go. All right, so we're just gonna fly back and oh, I guess we've got 4 minutes, so we should probably jump back to the slide deck at this point. So where are we at? So I know there's only one person on with us today. If you do have any questions, do feel free to pop them in the chat or come on your microphone and let us know if you have any questions. There's also a survey here, so if you could please go to this survey link to fill out and thank you for attending the session. So this will enhance the delivery of future sessions. So your feedback is important, and your submitted survey will be anonymous. So I'll just leave that up for a second. Maybe Sarah, you could drop that in. Oh, you already did so.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Um, so we've got some additional resources for you as well. So Sarah and I are very active in the Minecraft communities. We do a lot of YouTube videos. So if you're interested in learning any more about Minecraft and how to do things in Minecraft, we have our own YouTube channels that are up here. And I also have a blog as well that I cover pretty much just Minecraft stuff all the time.
Yeah. There are lots of really great Minecraft ed channels out there, but nobody was really doing anything Minecraft education specific,
Yeah,
which is why we started doing a lot of
yeah,
videos.
yeah. So yeah, we've got about 3 minutes left. So, Joy, did you have anything, Sarah, did you have anything that you wanted to add before we go today? Maybe I just
I
do some
think I'll
flying
just point out
around.
that the bit that we didn't have a chance to get to is just the third activity, which is a build challenge, which is where you take what you learned and you build, which is my favorite use of Minecraft. I often say to teachers who are just starting out with Minecraft and wondering, like, how do I do a Minecraft lesson? If you ever have a lesson where students would show you what they learned by building a model or a diorama, you have a Minecraft lesson. And activity 3 is very much that.
I'm just flying very quickly over here now. You can find it either by going to Sarah and clicking the link and it will take you directly there, or you can follow the little path up here and it's just over this hill here. And
I just
there's a
want
nice
to add
big
as
creative area.
well. Yeah, thank you, Sarah, for bringing up. Yeah, the educator's guide is something that would certainly be helpful for you. This walkthrough is really great. And if you're also looking for further support or further information, the folks here at Logix are hosting more co-taught sessions. So you can find the link to sign up for those on the machifminecraft.ca website as well. So if you were attended this and you want to get a full walkthrough, I mean, this was pretty much the full walkthrough, but if you'd like to go again or recommend it to somebody else that you know, yeah, you can definitely check those out. There's going to be sessions in April and May coming up. So, yeah.
All right, thanks, Jory. And here we have the back of the lodge, and like, just a couple of because we've got 1 minute left. A couple of other places that you can come and visit here. We have Homer's Place, which is where there's fiddle music and going on, and you can talk to all those characters there. And there's also Cromarty Barn, which you can go inside. There's a little museum up top and some cool stuff in the bottom as well. All right, so let's end with that. So thanks everyone for joining us today. And we'll stop the recording now and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, everyone.